Hi, let's go through the steps of creating our Google Forms Summer Exploration project. So the first thing it says is to create a Google form. So we're going to click New, More, Google Forms. As you can see, we're in the new forms. If you wanted to go back to the old style of Google Forms, you would click on Help and Feedback, and you would go to Back to the Old Forms. We're not going to do that right now. We're just going to stay where we are. And it says, reviewing the layout. Here we have questions and responses, but since we haven't given the form, there's no responses. Here is our creation palette for asking a question or titles or adding an image or a video or sections. And here's already one sample question. But right now we're going to title the form Summer PD Sample Form. And now that the title is here, if I click up here where it says Untitled Form, it'll name it for me up there as well. Very convenient. Now let's go to question 3. Add questions to your Google form. So we're going to obviously have one here already. We're going to click on this first question and type in first name. We're going to make it a short answer question, and we're going to require it. First name, short answer, and require it. Now that we have this one done, we're going to hit this double page, which is duplicate. And we're going to change first name to last name. So now we have the first name, last name. And then we're going to add a question. And we're going to make this a choose from list. But they call that the drop down menu. Okay, so we're going to say period. So let's say you're giving it to your classes and you have a class period 1, enter, period 2, enter, 4, 6, and 7. Those are my periods. I'm going to require the question. Then I'm going to add another question. And I'm going to say multiple choice. So I'm going to say, did you complete any of the required summer reading? Question mark. Five people. I haven't. And I'm going to add other. There's our multiple choice question. Now I'm going to add a paragraph question. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot to require the question. If you notice up here, these all have red stars, but this one did not. Now that I require it, it will have a red star. That shows that it's a required question for everyone to answer. So the next thing I'm going to ask is a paragraph question. So I'm going to go to the choice menu and say paragraph. What was your favorite reading experience this summer? Please explain. Okay. Next, what I want to do is I want to add an image. So I'm going to click Add an Image, and then go to Search, and I'm going to type in US map, and I'm going to search it, and I'm going to pick on this image here and hit Select. Where did you travel this summer? And we're going to add another question. What was your favorite experience this summer? Okay, so we have a question, and of course we're going to make this a paragraph question, and we're going to require it. Now, the next thing would be viewing your form. So we're going to view the live form, and that's what it looks like. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little plain. So I'm going to go back to the edit forms, and this is where we're going to leave the new Google Forms and go back to the old Google Forms. So I'm going to go back to the old forms. Now, in my old forms, I can automatically require Google Forms to collect the user's login, and I can then go to change theme. And let's put a nice summary background on it. So now this is what our form would look like. Pretty fancy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the link for this form. So we're going to click Send Form, and we're going to copy it. Then we're going to test our link by going to another blank tab. We're going to paste it in and hit enter, and what do you know? The link works. So if I put in my name, and I'm in period 1, and I read Grapes of Wrath. All the journals, and I'm going to South Carolina, and I'm going to submit my form. So now that the form has been submitted, I can now go back and look at my responses. See how I have a number 1 here? Remember, this is the new form. I can just click up here on responses, and there are the responses. Here's who took the test and their grades and some pie graphs. Eventually, you'll see some charts. So that's what you would do. So now you want to go to your summer PD form, and you want to fill in your first, you want to go to your Google Forms Exploration Raffle form. Now, in this form, you put in your first name, your last name, the building you're in. Did you accomplish all your tasks? Of course you did. Now you want to go back to this form that you had before, and you want to put in the link to that form so that we can look at it. Any questions or concerns? If not, put in no. Because it's a required question, you have to put something in that box. Would you like to be contacted? No, you're fine. And then you would submit that. And that's how you would go through all of these steps for the Google Forms Summer PD. I hope this helped.